All right, hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Ryan, and with me today, my best and only friend, but still my best friend for all these years, Nathan. How you doing?
I'm great. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Nathan, we're doing something different today, and I'm really excited for this. I don't know why I'm excited. Maybe I'm just excited because it's different, and I'm always, or you as well, we're always looking to do different things and to do nice things. And this is a request from one of our longtime supporters of our channel. They've been away from the channel for some time. They come and they go, and they come and they go, as people do, which is fine.
Mm.
But that's Nick. Nick is back, and they want us to react to something unique, Nathan. They gave us a Patreon request via the Patreon system, I should say, to give us this request. The request is called this. Now, follow me. Now, whatever I say that's wrong, it's only because I'm learning too. So, people in the comments, go easy on me because I'm learning too. This is, I would say it's confusing, but I even had to ask Nick, like, what are we dealing with here? What's going on? Now, Nathan, are you familiar with the story, the Odyssey, for example? Do you know the story of the Odyssey?
Like a little bit. It's funny you say that because the only version of that particular story I know is "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou," which is like a parody of the Odyssey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a fun movie, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie. I haven't read the Odyssey. A, it's really long, and B, it's just not something I ever got into when I was taking my English degree.
So I'm the same as you. I'm familiar with the story, but I don't know if this music video series that we're going to watch is called the Troy Saga.
Okay.
And this chapter or saga is part of what's called Epic the Musical. Think of it as it's the Lord of the Rings is the name. That's Epic the Musical. And the Fellowship of the Ring is the Troy Saga.
Okay.
And then within the Troy Saga is 5 songs that comprise the Troy Saga.
Okay. Is this animated? Because I can see the little like icons.
Now, the animation part, I don't know where it fits in. The Troy Saga is the opening chapter of a larger musical production that retells the classic story of the Odyssey. This concept album, released on Spotify, consists of 5 songs that sets the stage for the epic tale. That's what we're going to listen to today, Nathan, are the 5 songs. The Troy Saga introduces the audience to the world of ancient Greece and the Trojan War. So the entire musical is divided into multiple sagas, with the Troy Saga being the first of the 5, which is Act 1. Epic the Musical has gained popularity through social media platforms like TikTok, where fans have been creating animatics based on the released songs. So there you go. So the animation I think we're going to watch here wasn't done by the individual who created the music and the sound.
Oh, okay.
So people are collaborating with the person that...
Yeah.
So it'd be like you and I making a song, but somebody else drew our song.
Sure.
The project has been described as a blend of styles reminiscent of musicals like Hamilton or Repo, with a focus on Homer's epic tales. So Nick, when they asked us to do this, they said, I'm not sure what you guys will think of it. Maybe you'll hate it, but take a listen. And I think if we enjoy it, we might get more from them to react to.
Okay.
They gave us the choice between just the music and the one with the animation. So I thought, well, okay, if we did the animation part, we might as well, because I'm a visual person if it tells a story. So they said, yeah, sure. So there you go. Sorry, Nathan, before we kick into the first song, I did a quick little research. It's done by a guy named, I think it's pronounced Jorge. It's Jorge Rivera Horans. This dude in college started working on this in 2019.
The musical.
Okay. He wrote the music and the lyrics, orchestrated and produced the tracks.
Wow.
And his song clips and process videos have gone viral on social media with over 60 million views on TikTok. Of over 60,000 people who share fan theories, cover songs, positive affirmations, tattoos of the lyrics. So I guess this guy, Jorge, has come out of, I would say out of nowhere, but I've never heard of him, but they've created their own community. This is like become a thing. This is not a small thing. I want to reiterate this. I think it totally independent musical. I think it's what we're getting at. Somebody animated the track. So the first song is from Act 1 called the Troy Saga. It's called The Horse and the Infant. That is the name of the first song. Who did the animations? Maybe just let us know in the comments, because I can't find out who did the animations about to watch. So here we go. The Horse and the Infant. The Horse and the Infant is the first song of the Troy Saga and the opening number to Epic the Musical. It takes place during the Battle of Troy and serves as a peek, like a look into Odysseus' character. It perfectly demonstrated his ability to be both a commanding leader and a merciful human being. Okay. The Horse and the Infant.
right, my brothers, listen closely. Tonight we make the Trojans pay. 10 years of war, they killed us slowly, but now we'll be the ones who slay. Think of your wives and your children. Your families wonder where you've been. They're growing old and yet you're still here. Do what I say and you'll see them again.
Yes, sir!
Diomedes will lead the charge. Agamemnon will flank the yards. Menelaus will let our men through the gates to take the whole city at large. Teucer will shoot in the ambush attacking. Little Ajax will stay back. Nestor, secure Helena, protect her. Io, avenge your father, kill the brothers of Hector.
Yes, sir!
Find that inner strength now. Use that well of pride. Fight through every pain now. Ask yourself inside, what do you live for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for?
What do you live for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for?
Penelope, Penelope, and Telemachus. I fight for us, I fight for us.
What do you live for?
Penelope,
What do you try for?
Telemachus,
What do you wish for?
I'm on my way.
What do you fight for?
Attack! Who was that?
A vision of what is to come cannot be outrun, can only be dealt with right here and now.
Tell me how.
I don't think you're ready. A mission to kill someone's son, a foe who won't run, unlike anyone you have faced before.
Say no more. I know that I'm ready.
I don't think you're ready.
It's just an infant. It's just a boy. What sort of imminent threat does he pose that I cannot avoid?
This is the son of none other than Troy's very own Prince Hector. Know that he'll grow from a boy to an avenger, one fumed with rage as you're consumed by age. If you don't end him now, you'll have no one left to save. You can say goodbye to. You can say goodbye to.
I could raise him as my own.
Your house and throne.
Sure his past is never known.
Will make him know. Bringing you down on your knees for ya.
I'll make it
This is the
please.
will of the gods.
Please don't make me do this. Don't make me do this.
The blood on your hands is something you won't lose. All you can choose is whose.
So I am more familiar with this than I thought with reading the lyrics here. Reading along with the lyrics, we got different characters here. So that's why it's important, I think, to read along with the lyrics. So we had, I think how you say his name, Odysseus, right?
Odysseus?
Odysseus, thank you. And then we had Zeus speaking, that lower voice, the timbre voice. That was Zeus.
The one that was warning him of Troy? Yeah.
Yes. And I've watched the movie Troy with Brad Pitt and Eric Bana back in early 2000s, 2006 or 8 or whatever.
See that movie. Yeah.
It's a great film. So these are the same characters. Now, of course, there was no Zeus in that film, but still the tragic tale here. It must be the same type of characters. I could be wrong, but this is really cool intro, and it really is a musical. Like I didn't know what to expect, but I guess we're dealing with the fact that this is I'm already envisioning this being made. Okay, here we go. I'm saying this right now. When is this going to be made into a real film? I got a feeling this has to catch on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this is really well done. So the guy that was singing, the main voice we heard singing was Jorge.
Oh,
Composed.
wow. So he's like
singing.
part of the-
That was him. He was singing those parts.
Okay. It's so funny. He just put this out there. Like, I'm just going to write a musical because I'm interested. And because it's good enough, I would say, because it's not like he's the first person to do this, to write a musical just about something.
Sure.
A lot of musicals don't get made. But the fact that this was in a vein of an area that people really liked, and it's kind of mimicking Hamilton, it has that similar feel like Hamilton did, where it... And have you seen or listened to Hamilton? You haven't actually...
No, I haven't. I think we've talked about this before. I haven't watched it yet. I've seen many... Look, Hamilton aside, I've seen a lot of musicals, like,
right,
on stage and of course on screen, and I for the most part quite enjoy them. But I haven't seen Hamilton
It's a very engaging musical. Like it's a kind of musical that you feel kind of like it's hard to not keep watching. There's very little in that musical where you're like, oh, I could just step out for an hour and come back and get the rest of the end. It definitely feels like you want to pay attention. And this one is no different. I think it has a very similar feel. I wouldn't be surprised if Jorge is inspired by Lin-Manuel Miranda. This next song, Troy Saga, when Odysseus sings his heart to the child. Oh boy. Astyanax.
Astyanax. I like it. All right.
He sings about wanting to return home, the guilt he feels over the lives he has taken, and the price he fears he must pay for it.
Just a man. Here we go.
I look into your eyes and I think back to the son of mine. You're as old as he was when I left for war. Will these actions haunt my days? Every man I've slain is the price I pay. Endless pain. Close your eyes and spare yourself the view. How could I hurt you? I'm just a man who's trying to go home, even after all the years away from what I've known. I'm just a man who's fighting for his life. Deep down I would trade the world to see my son and wife. I'm just a man. But when does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man become a monster? When does a ripple become a tidal wave? When does the reason become the blame? When does a man become a monster? I'm just a man.
They're playing this up a little bit. They're saying, and I don't know, I honestly don't know the original story. I don't know anything about it. I don't know if this was like a thing that Odysseus struggled with. Was he actually like fraught with, do I kill this baby or do I raise this baby? Obviously they're playing up the fact that, he's killed a lot of men in battle. And so to kill this baby feels like this next level of something that it'd be almost impossible for him to do because of all the guilt that he feels for all the men he's killed. Yeah, I'm not sure if this actually follows any sort of actual story, but in the context of this, it makes sense that he would probably struggle with this. What do I do? That's good.
This feels like it feels like a musical, right in that lane of this is a musical. This should be on the big stage. I'm sure we'll say this 100 times if we continue with this journey. It's quite the journey, this whole musical in of itself. This is one act of many. I think there's 4 or 5 acts with like 5, 6 songs each. So I don't know if that's how many songs you could put into a musical. They might have to trim some out here or there, but this is quite incredible that you would be able to compose these songs and you sing your own songs. I don't know who's playing the music. How much of it's acoustic instruments or electronic? I don't know. Like, do you know? Are you getting the ear for this?
I've been mostly just understanding the story and really getting a sense of what they're doing. I'm going to start thinking about it more in terms of how this could be performed, because I really like the idea, like if they did this as a full musical, that they really invested in costumes and some special effects. And that's one of my things I'm not a big fan of with musicals, is if they shy away from making it real and they just kind of go a little too avant-garde. They don't really invest in trying to like match up things, and they just kind of make it all artsy. I get that, like, some people love that. Some people absolutely love it. I would love watching this musical if the costumes and everything were very authentic and they really took the time to make it feel like, oh no, this is what it would have been like in these times. You know, the blood and the gore, and like, I think that could actually, it could play well on a musical stage, right? If they did it right.
I like it. So Nathan, this next song is sung by Jorge and Armando, but Jorge is the creator composer. So Armando singing the song as well as Stephen Dookie. Stephen Dookie.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know. I just like the last name Dookie.
Dookie. How's it spelled?
Just like you would think, Dookie, like
two E's.
Dookie. Wasn't that a Green Day album? I swear, Green Day Dookie. Yeah, one of their earliest albums. Yeah. Okay. Full Speed Ahead, Nathan, is the third song that takes place as Odysseus and his crew sail across the sea on their journey home. Along the way, they must search for a place to hunt for food to feed the 600 men aboard. Now, that's a lot of people, because I worked on a warship in the Navy. I'm in the Navy myself. We full crew complement, we're looking at about 230, 50 people, whatever. So the fact that you could double that, it's a big ship, or cramped quarters, or both.
It's just one ship with 600 people.
One ship with 600 people, yeah.
600 men under my command, with only one goal in mind:
make it back alive to our homeland.
600 men, 600 miles of open sea. But the problem's not the distance,
it's what lies in between.
And did they cause waiting? My kingdom is waiting. Penelope's waiting for me. So full speed ahead, full speed ahead.
Captain, you really guess 600 men. 600 men. 600 men with big mouths to feed. And we've run out of supplies to eat. There's a war of who scores depleted. 600 men. 600 men. 600 reasons to take what we can. So Captain, what's the plan? Captain, what's the plan?
Watch where the birds fly. They will lead us to land. There we'll hunt for food, my second in command. Now full speed ahead.
I see an island, I see a light that faintly glows. Maybe they're people lighting a fire. Maybe they'll share some food, who knows?
Something feels off here. I see fire, but there's no smoke.
I say we strike first, we don't have time to waste. So let's raid the place and...
No, Polities, gear up. You and I'll go ahead.
You and I'll go ahead.
We should try to find a way no one ends up dead.
We don't know what's ahead.
Give me till sunrise, and if we don't return, then 600 men can make this whole place burn. Now full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. We're up, we're off, and away we go.
We're up, we're off, and away we go. We're up, we're off, and away we go. We're up, we're off, and full speed ahead.
Well, according to that artist rendition, there was more than one ship, but
Yeah. I just thinking they couldn't put 600 boats back then. Didn't have the capacity to have.
well, I'm just reading the write-up. This is the official Wikipedia page. Doesn't mean it's correct. It's Epic the Musical Fandom Wiki, so fair enough.
Yeah.
But it's probably 600 men on board.
A flotilla.
A float. Thank you. Yes, so more than one ship, but not to get mired up in the weeds. It's all pretend, anyways. But
Nope, that's the way it happened.
yeah, this is history. I know this was a fun song. I mean, this song had that classic. I love that in musicals where they have, the conversations are in the musical, like they're Captain, we must find food. Where is land? It's over there.
If I'm not back by sunrise, then burn it all.
I love it. That was actually my favorite part of the whole song. It's like, hey, if we don't make it back, 600 of you guys can burn down that island. It shouldn't be a problem for 600 people to surround the island. Everybody take a spot to light up, and poof, up it goes in flames. This song was both, I don't know how to say this, because it was a fun song to listen to. Great beat and the chorus singing that they were doing together. But this might have been a song that they could do away with or shorten if they do a film. It's a small plight. Yes, they've run out of food as they travel across to go back to Penelope. Travel across a great length of ocean. They're running low on food. They're trying to find land somewhere they can park the boats and hunt, maybe get some food. Sure, it's a real issue for the crew and for the people, but you could probably tighten the song, shorten it if you want to get a 2-hour movie in with 20 songs or whatever. But
I imagined as they're like on this boat that's cruising full ahead, like that full speed ahead. That's
it'd be a good visual, I guess. It'd be good visual.
And then they just keep cutting back to the people singing, and then back to the shots of the flotilla coming towards the island.
Yeah, it would look good. You're right, but you're right. Visually, the ship come through the ocean, and you can see if it's a rowing ship. The men are like all singing, "Oh, speed up!"
Yeah.
They're all like,
full speed ahead. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I want to know what happens. Do they burn the island down? Do they come back?
Well, Nathan, I guess we're gonna find out in the next chapter of the Troy Saga.
Okay.
That song is called Open Arms.
Open Arms. Okay.
You can relax, my friend. I can tell you're getting nervous, so do yourself a service and try to relax, my friend.
And find polities.
Think of all that we have been through. We'll survive what we get into. I know that you're tired of the war and bloodshed. Tell me, is this how we're supposed to live? Look at how you grip your sword, enough said. Why should we take what we could give? You can show a person that you trust them when you stop and lower your guard. Here we have a chance for some adjustment. Give it a try, it's not that hard. I'm telling you, this life is amazing when you greet it with open arms. Whatever we face, we'll be fine if we're leading from the heart. No matter the place, we can light up the world. Here's how to start. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms.
Stay back!
My friend, greet the world with open arms.
We're only here for food. 600 friends are waiting for us to show our faces. Stay back, I'm warning you. If we don't get back safely, my men will turn this place into blazes.
See? This life is amazing when you greet it with open arms. Whatever we face, we'll be fine if we're leading from the heart. No matter the place, so we can light up the world. Here's how to start. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms.
My friend, I wish that I could say that I agree, but look at the way this fruit is glowing and filled with glowing seeds. It took me a while to notice just what kind of fruit they eat. It's a lotus, it controls your mind and never lets you free. That's what we'd get with open arms.
Lotus eaters, I'd like to show my friend that kindness is brave. Could you tell me where there's other food to eat? A cave! You're saying there's a cave where we could feast. And where do we sail to find this food-filled cave?
East that way.
Thank you.
East that way.
This life is amazing when you greet it with open arms. I see in your face there's so much guilt inside your heart. So why not replace it and light up the world? Here's how to start. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms.
Greet the world with open arms.
You can relax, my friend.
Are you truly fine, Odysseus? Let's just go. What? Drops the apple.
Did he eat the lotus or
I
something?
don't know. Okay. Yeah, this is a great song. Fun composition, and it's just the two friends. Now, it looks like Odysseus is sung by Jorge, obviously, the creator of this musical. He's the singer. Okay. And it's Stephen Dookie that sings Politis, his buddy there. So there you go. So it's cool that they have parts of a play. Like this. So I don't know, Jorge had friends, or I don't know how he. Let us know, how did he get in touch with Stephen Dookie? Because I don't know enough people that can sing in my personal life, like that could sing like this. So how would you?
Right.
Were they paid anything? Was this all just done out of like, hey, let's just create something, no one's gonna make a dime type thing? I wonder. This is so fascinating. I'm almost just kind of need to know more about this history of how all this came together. It's a fascinating creation in itself. There's a lot of independent artists out there, like the independent guitar player who plays guitar at the side of the road or goes to the bar, plays on a stool. But creating a musical and a vision within this, really a musical is like the ultimate concept album, right? Because you have a real story here with characters going from place and journey to place and journey. Yeah, and I like how each song has a different type of flavor of music. It's not just this is a musical sound. It has like different world music sounds in each song. Yeah, a lot going on here. I don't know. What do you got there?
Yeah, I'm curious about the whole story. Again, I'm coming back to the story. Like, so they go to the island. They got this, these lotus eaters. Obviously, the tension here is between Odysseus and, is it Polites or Politis?
Yeah, I'm saying it wrong.
Politis?
Just don't add us to the comments.
Oh yeah, no, it's okay. They'll attack us anyway.
Okay.
I think that's a cool thing to play off of. Here's Odysseus, who's very battle hardened, but also conflicted. He doesn't trust anybody. He's got kind of this wall up, and Polites or Politis, whatever. He's got this more. No, you got to embrace things. You got to That's a great dynamic, and I can see why that particular song and others like this are appealing to a more modern audience. Right today, we've got a lot of this kind of stuff out there. It's like, don't trust people. They're all out to get you. It's this two camp kind of society, and then there's others who are kind of like, you know what? That's half the problem is you're not embracing life with open arms. So I like that they're kind of tying into that feeling, whether it exists in the story or not. From the Troy Saga, if this is an actual thing they were conflicted with, or if it was, they just kind of taken this little moment and then turned it into a musical. I like that. It's great.
Well, Nathan, this is the last song, fifth and final song of the Troy Saga, where Athena reminds Odysseus that he must close off his heart and follow her teachings, as he is the, quote, the warrior of the mind. The song also has a flashback to the past when Odysseus and Athena first met, and she became his mentor.
Have you forgotten the lessons I taught you?
Athena!
Have you forgotten to turn off your heart? This is not you. I see you changing from how I've designed you. Have you forgotten your purpose? Let me remind you. Goddess of wisdom, master of war. My life has one mission: create the greatest warrior. I had a challenge, a test of skill, a magic bar only the best could kill. One day a boy came for the thrill, a boy whose mind rivaled the bar's own will.
Let's go!
Maybe one day he'll follow me and we'll make a greater tomorrow. Then they'll see I know he'll change the world, 'cause
Show yourself. I know you're watching me. Show yourself. I can see you.
How can you see through my spell?
I was lying, and you fell for my bluff. Aha.
Well done, enlighten me, what's your name?
You first, and maybe I'll do the same.
Nice try, but two can play this game.
Nah, don't be modest. I know you're a goddess, so let's be honest. You are Athena. Badass in the arena. Unmatched, witty, and queen of the best strategies we've seen.
If you're looking for a mentor, I'll make sure your time's well spent.
Sounds like a plan. Goddess and man, best is the friend.
We'll see where it ends.
Okay.
Maybe one day they'll follow me and we'll make a greater tomorrow. Then they'll see I know we'll change the world, 'cause we are the warriors of the mind. Maybe one day we'll reach them and we can build their skills as we teach them. If there's a problem, we'll have the answer. We are the warriors of the mind. I still intend to make sure you don't fall behind. Don't forget that you're a warrior of a very special kind. You are a warrior of the mind. Don't disappoint me.
So this one's an interesting one. I obviously some of that's a flashback. Or he's recalling the first time they met and how she kind of recruited him, I guess, as a warrior, and realized that he's got this, because he tricks her, right? He tricks her into like finding out who she is, because he's so good and very smart at figuring out her little attempt to trick him. He tricks her back, and so she's kind of saying, you're a warrior of the mind. That's your ability. You're very good at figuring things out and understanding how things work. Not so much a warrior like in strength, though, and I think that's kind of the setup here. Is Troy is going to be, and I don't know the story, I honestly never even watched that movie, but I'm guessing Troy, who's raised by Odysseus, is going to somehow have to like confront him. That's kind of how a lot of these seem to go. That's going to be maybe his downfall, is like Troy is probably not just good at physical stuff. He's probably his match in terms of the mental abilities as well.
Oh, well said, Nathan. Very well said. So the singer, the female voice that we heard, was a young woman named Tegan Nearly, and she has been friends with Jorge since college. So that kind of answers my question, like, who did he cast? So maybe he went to an arts college or something. So that might be the people he, like, I don't know. Like, he probably is in the arts program. So if he's in the arts program with other students, who they can probably sing and dance or those perform. So at the very least, they've been friends since college, according to the Wikipedia page of this musical. Yeah, so good for them. Very interesting. She sang great. I really loved the her singing was great. I thought she did a great job, and I'm looking forward to hearing more of the female vocal work in this play. So this is the end of Act 1, Nathan. This is the Troy Saga.
Yeah,
that's it.
I'm very, very curious where it goes. I definitely want to hear more. Yeah, I definitely want more.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more sagas.
Oh boy. Okay.
So I don't know. We may never get through it. I mean, it's a lot to ask of anyone. Obviously, if people want to help Nick with their pledges, I don't know how much further Nick would take us, because that's a lot to ask, because you pay for every song. But hey, we're in for it. We'd love to continue the journey. So if you would like us to continue the journey, one song or one act at a time, join our Patreon, send us a request through the proper tier, and we'll certainly do it. I enjoyed it. I want to keep watching and seeing where this goes. So this is at the very least very cool. I'm always fascinated by humans in general who do this kind of stuff, who can just create music in their mind, lyrics, put it all together, put out there for the world to consume and enjoy. It's really cool, and I thought this was a really job well done by Jorge. I think this is I would be very surprised if this never ends up on some sort of professional screen or stage. I don't know. Maybe it already has, and we've missed it. I don't know. Let us know.
Yeah, I am imagining that this will go somewhere. If anything, it's making some kind of ad revenue for Jorge out there. I hope he's benefiting from it in some way. And the way these often go, somebody has to buy the rights to it, and then blah blah blah, and then it becomes more than it was when it began. I hope they stay true, because it sounds like he's got a very pure approach to it, and it's, I don't know, I like the feel of it. It'd be easy to watch, right? It'd be easy to listen to, because it's not confusing, or it's not over the top. I've seen a few musicals where I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. They're just singing, and I'm trying to figure out what's happening. But this one, I feel like it's got so much potential. So I get it now. I get it.
For sure. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
thanks, Nick. We appreciate that. What a fun journey. Would love to hear more. Thank you so much. And thanks everyone for watching us.
Thanks everyone. Thanks all. And we will see you on the next one.